I'm at Divertimenti Marylebone High Street for the Divertimenti Culinary Salon, and it is my great honor to have Madalene Bonvini-Hamel with me, who is the author of this encyclopedic book. And you not only wrote it, you did the recipes, and you did the photography.
Absolutely, yes.
Plus, you were running your restaurant.
Yeah.
At the same time.
At the same time.
I don't even understand how this happened. I mean, how were you able to make it all work?
I think where there's a will, there's a way. And if you just want to do something so much, most of the work has been already there. So all I had to do is put it in order, work with editors, because English is not my first language. So I had to work with editors who literally pulled their hair out halfway through because, I was slightly bound to my computer for a long period of time, but at the same time, run the business at the same time. So, yep.
So tell me a little bit about the idea behind it, because you really go through the seasons in quite extensive detail, from growing and how to use it, along with the amazing recipes.
Yes, well, it all came about. I am South African born. I was brought up in the 80s, the years I remember was in the 80s. So sanctions against my country and my family. I'm from a working class family, farmers. Some of them own farms and some of them work on farms. And we were city dwellers, actually, my mum, my dad. I'm the only child. And going to the farm, school holidays and etc., I learned how things were growing, and I had very much that feel. And as a family, we share everything, not only my mum and my dad and myself, but also the rest of the family. So we look after each other, and that whole feeling of sharing and make each other feel good and look after everybody is completely ingrained in me, because at that time in my country we could only eat food. There was no imports and exports. We could only eat food in seasons as nature intended, and that was what it's all about. When I moved to the United Kingdom very many years ago and started working in Michelin-star restaurants, to have asparagus 365 days a year was normal. It was strawberries, you will have them all the year round. It's normal. I worked in 3 Michelin stars. It's what chefs do. And for a period of time, I've forgotten about seasons and how food should taste. When I left that environment and actually decided, I've had enough of it and I just want to do something myself, I realised my roots. And going back, I moved to Suffolk and realised that actually, nature's intended us to eat food when it's produced naturally. It tastes good. It's for a reason. And that is what really made me starting to build my encyclopedia of the British Larder, all the recipes, and living life like that as I grew up. And I potter around in the garden myself. I'm not a gardener in any way, shape, or form. I plant it, I grow it. If it doesn't work, I pull it out and I start again. That's the way.
Strategy.
It works. And whether you have a tiny little garden, a little patio, a little pot here, or whatever the case might be, do you know what? If you want to give it a go, give it a go. I've grown aubergines in Hertfordshire in the snow. It worked. It was perfect. I had amazing aubergines and tomatoes and all sorts of different things. So it works if you want to give it a go. I mean, you don't have to be a gardener as such, but the whole book is about grow the ingredients at the seasons when it should be done. And what it actually has done is given me a huge amount of respect for ingredients, because you can go to the supermarkets and buy one, get for free and all that kind of stuff. I so disagree with it, because I've fallen in that trap. I had a 9-to-5 really busy job, ended up falling in that trap. Go to the supermarket, buy all your stuff, have a fridge full of food, and by the end of the week, what do? You get the rubbish bag out and you throw it all away. And I've decided at one stage I'm not going to contribute to landfills anymore. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start celebrating the seasons as it should be. So growing my own, learning about, going back to all of that. And yes, the British Larder, whether I live in South Africa, Australia, United Kingdom, America, wherever it is, we should all celebrate our seasons in our counties, in our countries, as nature intended.
Hear, hear. Well, thank you so much for joining us for the Divertimenti Culinary Salon, Women in Food, and we look forward to hearing more from you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for having me.